Kaboom! Today we're going to take a look at the Marvel Legends Wolverine figure based on the X-Men animated series, so let's take a closer look. So the packaging is displaying Wolverine in all his glory and what he comes with. Imagery from the upcoming X-Men series. On the back it's got pictures of all the other figures in this wave, so let's crack this bad boy open and see what he's all about. And here he is, fresh out of the packaging, and I have to say, I was excited to get this figure since I'm a fan of the animated series, but he's by no means perfect. So, starting with his accessories, he comes with a cowl you can put around the back of his neck, which I'll actually do now, I've not done it yet. So, pop his head off, put this on here. And then put his head back on here, and you can already see the colour difference is one of my complaints with this figure. I'm really gutted about that. It just doesn't match up at all. It matches this, but it doesn't match the bottom colour here. So that's his first accessory. Give you a closer look at Logan's head here, which I think Hasbro have done a pretty good job nailing his scowling look. It's not perfect though, there's a little bit of paint missing top of his hair here, his eyebrow, sloppy paint job there, but I'll try and fix that at some point. But from a distance, I like the head sculpt. It's come out pretty clean. So that's his first head. Second head he comes with is his masked head, which they've done a really good job of getting the animated style of, you know, having the big flared ears. It looks really cool. That nice and clean, bright white eyes, nice clean job there. But if you look closely, what is going on with his chin? Christ. It's so bad that. I get it's meant to be stubble, but they could have done a better job at that, or just not put it on at all. You know, he looks like, I don't know, he's got like a cookie face or something, like chocolate chip cookies on his chin there. So I'll try and fix that at some point. But apart from that, it's come out very nice. You can't see it from a distance, which is good, but yeah, that's just disappointing. And obviously he comes with two interchangeable hands. There you go, focus. Closed fists. Obviously it's got where his claws pop out here. So let's take a close look at Wolverine himself. So like I was saying before, the cowl colour doesn't really match here. I don't know if the camera is picking it up. It's not really. Like these two colours here, they're a very different yellow. Like this is a lot brighter, and then this is a bit more of like a pale sort of lemony colour, which I'm not too happy about, but it is what it is, I suppose. Because this is meant to be like the ultimate upgrade for like Marvel Legend collectors if you collect Wolverines, which I can see what they're getting at, because I know this guy's been released so many times. I've not got all of them, I've got one which I'll show you in a minute, and I'll show you the differences. But what I do like are the claws. I think they've done a much better job on these than previous years. They curve around a little bit, very pliable as well, so I have no problems with them. Gonna snap off. His shoulder pads are removable, as you can see. They move and they just plug in two little pegs either side of the arm. Talking of his arms, it's got all this lovely sculpted detail, but not a single bit of paint, and that is very disappointing. I'd rather them not have it than have it like that, because it's quite off-putting. But I will be adding some sort of dry brushing to like pop out the hairs, so stay tuned for a video on that. His suit, I've also noticed it's got some imperfections. As you can see, the black is all scuffed up here, and I've got two of these and they both have the same issue, so that's very disappointing. You can see it a bit better here. Very sloppy job here. Same with the belt here, there's black paint on the red. Very disappointing. It sounds like I don't like this figure because I'm nitpicking a load of stuff, but at the same time I do really like it, and it is a step up from the previous Wolverine figure that I own, which I'll get out now and compare. So this one looks really orange on camera, to be honest. So this was the, I can't remember what wave, I think it was Juggernaut wave, something like that, from years ago. You can see the difference in colour. The blues are a lot more metallic on this guy compared to this, which I prefer the colours on this one with the blues anyway. The trunks they've sorted out, so they're now painted and sculpted onto his leg, as to this was just a piece here, like a diaper. I'm glad they've improved that. But if you've got this guy, I think this guy's an improvement. If you want to pick him up, let me know. Well, if you've got this, I don't think you need this, but I'm a sucker when it comes to animated stuff, especially when it comes to the X-Men. I love it. But look at the claws. The claws are so much better. That compared to these were just awful. You know, they just don't stay in place. They pop out. Yeah, not good at all. One thing I do like with this guy, they've added the pinless joints, so he now has no pins on his arms there. Same on his legs, I think. He's pinless on his legs. Yes, he is. Bub v Bub. Hey Bub, hey Bub. So, yeah, I'm liking this guy. So should we go over articulation then? So he's got a nice range here. He's pretty, good on both arms. Goes up, out. It's quite stiff actually. Fresh out the packaging, so I've not really had a good play with him yet. He's got good ranges. His hinge. He's got ankle rocker. Pretty good. I think where this guy sort of suffers is having the neck articulation. I'll pop his head off and I'll put Wolverine back on. Go on, he says. Jeez, that is tough. Technical difficulties. Get that there, get that there. You should flip him. Pop on. Bloody hell. That is some tough. Christ. There we go. Yeah, that was a lot harder than it needed to be. So, with his head, I don't think you can get him, into that classic punch down pose, because his head doesn't look up as much as I'd sort of like to. So you have him crouched down. You'll get his arms going across here. Now we can make it work, but I feel like his head needs to be able to move up a bit more. But you can make it work. What do you think of the yellows? The camera's not really picking up, but these yellows, they really don't match. Like, this is a lot paler compared to this sort of shinier yellow here. and to fix the shininess, because I don't really like really shiny figures. And I used it on this guy here. You know, it's really matted it down. And it's made the blues look a little bit nicer. I use this Mr. Super Clear. I use that on pretty much all my figures. You know, it gives it a nice, matted, clean look. So if you want to go down that road to try and eliminate the shininess, go for it. So, if you have a look at size comparisons then. Pop in there. Get his other counterpart standing there. So let's bring in another Marvel Legends. So this is Jigsaw. You know, the size works, I suppose, because obviously Wolverine's meant to be a lot shorter, and he is compared to Jigsaw. Let's bring him in next to a Mezco Superman. I'm liking that height difference. These work really well. I know they're from like different comic brands, but who's to say you can't have Wolverine facing up against Superman? And who would win? Let me know. And let's finally take a look at Mezco Old Man Logan. And I think these scale pretty well together. Yeah, I'm liking that. Like that a lot. With Baby Hulk. So yeah, like I was saying, this guy's no means perfect. But, you know, as a fan of the animated series, I like this guy and I think he's a decent pickup. And I think he's an improvement in some ways compared to previous Wolverines. Well, especially this one, because the colours really don't look right compared to this guy. But if you're a Wolverine fan and you're an X-Men fan and you're looking forward to the new animated series, I don't think you'll be disappointed with this guy. You know, he has his funny looking face, lack of paint. It sounds like I hate it, but I don't. So if you're picking this guy up, let me know what you think of him. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.